Welcome to Galactic Goddess Podcast. I'm your host, Radha Nelia, and I'm so excited today to be back at the Lemuria Ascension Mother Earth Roundtable with our co-host, Maya the Shaman.
Hi, it's nice to be here with King Mamai and Queen Helen, and we'd like to hear more about the very special topic today that King Mamai would like to share. But first of all, please introduce yourself, dear Queen and King.
I am
Queen.
good morning, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, Princess Maya and Princess Ada, that you give me an opportunity for the second time. So, I am Raja Mamay, Muhammad Kamal Mamay Hasan Abdul Rajab Sharif Sultan Kamal bin Abdul Ghaffar Jamalul Kiram III, Sultan of Sulu in North Borneo in Southeast Asia, and Sovereign Judge of Sulu in North Borneo.
I am Queen Maria Makiling Helen Fatima Nazaria Panalina Abdurajak Jusi Mulan bin Baginda Ali Elizabeth III, the Queen of Maharlika, the Queen of Southeast Asia, the Royal Imperial Lukasud Islamic United Kingdom of Sulu in North Borneo, and the Queen of Mapilindo. Here I am. Welcome, ASEAN World and the Global Earth.
Great. So the last episode, we were talking about to King Mamai regarding your lineage and how you have become a king. And we'd like to continue on that line of topic because it's a great interest to our listeners how the kingdom came about. And it's been a very long history. So we'd like to refresh that in our remembering. So please.
Good morning. Actually, my lineage came from the founder of United Nations, ICT, and also he is the founder of Mason, 3rd, 15th century by the England of the Carta, and he is all the one who established the whole world as the Sultan of Sulu in North Borneo through his son and to the grandson to me. It's only three from grandfather to son and grandson. So all the responsibility of the Sultan of Sulu, they were not true. They will all give list to the country. First, they gave list for 300 years is Spain in 15th century. That's why they were started that the founder of Roman Catholic is the Sultan of Sulu, which his best friend is the Pope of Vatican, or Roman Catholic Vatican. First treaty is 300 years, Treaty of Spain in 15th century. Before that ended, the 300 years, on November 1st, 1881, that is the coronation that registered Mapa de Filipinas Titulo de Holo, which the third daughter of Porcia was enthroned in Queen Victoria Island, Labuan, Brunei, Sarawak Empire on 1st November 1981. That is registered in Spain, Mapa de Filipinas Titulo de Holo, which the Queen Elizabeth I was enthroned in Sarawak Empire, combined with Victoria Island, Labuan, Brunei, and Sarawak Empire. Before that ended the 300 years, there was an extension on January 22, 1878. That is a British North Borneo chartered company for 100 years, which is the side of my father, which is Jamalul Alam, known as Sultan Pulalon, and he is their name is Haji Hasan Pasang, signed in the White House, that is Lip of Adam, for 100 years, first trading of the British. Before the British come to North Borneo, before North Borneo is Gaya Apiapi. The first name of North Borneo is Gaya Apiapi. When the trading was on, it was renamed by Governor Giser to become Giserton, Governor Giser, because the Sabah second name is Giserton Borneo. So the Queen of England, Elizabeth I, was transferred to England because England, the first, the one who set in England is Sir King George IV. Sir King George IV. Because all the lineage of William, all the lineage of Charles, they are loose in fighting just because of the seven Macdom who uh, give support to put the law and order. The Sir King George IV is succeed, followed by Sir King George V. That is the side of the father of my mother, Sultan Pulalon Jamalul Alam, and Sir King George VI. That is the father of Queen Elizabeth II. The mother is a British woman. The father is a Muslim, which is Pulalon. So Sir King George V and Sir King George VI, they are brother with two mother, one father. So the beginning of that is this royal family. It is a royal family. Its blood is thicker than water. It is among the royalty, among the family fighting each other for the self-interest.
So that's where the conspiracy
Yeah.
lies.
That's why the conspiracy is continued. But the one who sabotaged the wife, you say, Princess Maya, there is a sabotage about the royal family because the founder of Revolutionary Council Command is the first Prime Minister of Egypt, that is Gamal Abdel Nasser. He is the Prime Minister in February 1954 until he assumed as President in November 1954 until his death in 1970. He was killed by his Vice President because this Gamal Abdel Nasser, they were mixed with the civilian, with his people. Nobody knows him that he is the President. They mixed with the people so that they will know what is the problem of that community of the people. That's why they go mix with the people. While the only knows is the Vice President Muhammad Anwar Sadat. Muhammad Anwar Sadat is from Mindanao, believe me or not. He is from Mindanao. He is from Marawi as Maranao. That's why he killed Anwar Sadat and he assumed as a president in 1970. When they assumed, they continued the conspiracy. So the General Hosni Mubarak is searching about the murder, about the slaying of President Gamal Abdel Nasser. One of his best friend of Anwar Sadat told the general, the one who killed the president is the vice president. So Hosni Mubarak took over the government of Egypt, and he became the president from 1970 to 2011. He is the founder, continued by Mubarak.
In the name of the revolutionary.
Yeah, with the name of the Chairman Revolutionary Council Command. That is the beginning. Until they go to the Mindanao. This Mindanao, there are two. One is the Bandung. Bandung was organized in 1958 to 1968, which the founder also is the head of the Asian country. President Ferdinand Marcos involved. During that time, he is the Senate President in 1957. And Sukarno, President of Indonesia, President of Taiwan, they are also involved. Tungko also involved because the Indonesia and Taiwan, they want to grab back the Sabah in Sarawak. The Sabah in Sarawak. They want to grab, they have their interest in Sabah in Sarawak. That's why the purpose of Sukarno, they have a misunderstanding with the Prime Minister Tun Abdul Rahman regarding the two states, Sabah and Sarawak. That's why Tungko gave independence first, the Philippines. They appoint the third president of the Commonwealth, which is Manuel A. Rojas, and appointed as the first president of the Philippine Republic. And they gave the independence on June 3, 1946, because they don't want the Sabah and Sarawak to be taken back by Indonesia and Taiwan because by July 16, 1946, the British colony will pull out from the Sabah and Sarawak. That's why they were tungku us to protect the Sabah and Sarawak under the jurisdiction of the Philippine government before they go to create Semenanjung Malaya by 1946. And he was endorsed to him the United Malay National Organization. Because this United Malay Organization, the founder is Sharif Abu Bakar bin Abdurrahman, which is established in 1300 AD as the head of foreign rulers. Because the one who ruled is the Sultan of Sulu in North Borneo, because he conquered all the warriors and he stand in the foreign country as Alexander the Great. He is the one, Alexander the Great. That's why you win every complex, every war in every country. He is the winner. My great grandfather.
So he's your great grandfather, Alexander the Great?
Yeah, Alexander the Great,
Oh.
known as Shariful Hashim, yeah. Sultan of Sulu in North Borneo. The first Sultan of Sulu in North Borneo on 1450 century was given to him by his father-in-law. His father-in-law, because he married the daughter, Sharif Abu Bakar bin Abdurrahman, the head of foreign rulers in Southeast Asia. He is the founder of United Malay National Organization and the founder of Islam religion.
What is the relation then in Sulu?
In Sulu, that is called before Lupasug. Lupasug is all the source of origin of the country. Because if there is no soil, how could they stand? The country, how could they stand? That's why first, all his son and daughter as the head of 32 nations. That is 32 nations, his son is the head. All the prime minister, all the president, all his son and daughter. So, with my beloved queen, it was from the Ama Ali. Ama Ali, known as Sultan Muhammad Ismail I Kiram, the founder of Sultan Hashimite, Sultan of Sabah. He is the medium of Ferdinand and Marcos. Until now, he's still alive. He's still alive. Also with the side of my father, his grandfather, the first Sultan of Brunei in 3rd century, Sharif Muhammad bin Abdurrahman, when the last trading invitation from China, because the best programmer of trading is the Sultan of Sulu, together with the China. When they invite the last trading in 17th century, the Sultan of Sulu brought 300 businessmen to China for the last trading. Because before the trading, Sultan of Sulu, they brought perlas ng Silanganan with exchange of gold. China paid gold. Before we don't have a paper currency.
So what you're
So
saying,
with,
what you're saying is that China didn't have gold, and that
They have it.
Yeah,
the
they have
gold
it.
was brought to China through
Yeah.
your ancestral lineage. Yeah?
Yeah. Because the relationship here, blood is blood. We are blood to blood. No, there's relation. We're all relation. First cousin, second cousin, father-in-law, son-in-law, all cousin. This is all cousin. Imagine the Prophet Muhammad. His enemy is his own uncle. His uncle, Abu Jahal. So his uncle don't believe on his vision about Islam. This is all generation to generation. So for us, we just to put back the law in order. That is our fight, our struggle with the Queen. Human right. Our priority is human right. Back to the 1935 Constitution. when the last reading in 2017, his brother to go with the Sultan of Sulu to China. So when they are in China preparing for the last reading in 17th century, the brother of Sultan of Sulu saw the daughter of emperor, very beautiful. So they asked his brother, ask the emperor, I want to marry my daughter. So accepted by the emperor. That's why the emperor of China gave his throne to his son-in-law. That's why he became the emperor of China through the name of Qianlong. Qianlong. Still alive. 5,000 years is still alive. Now in China. In Ankang, China. The queen already met. That's why we always win because there is a prima facie alive. The first Sultan of Brunei alive.
It's
My
it's
grandfather
it's very
alive.
difficult for people to understand why your ancestors are still alive. This is
Because Francis Maya, in Islam, there is no death. Because when you see God, God means temptation to God, happiness between the husband and wife. That is the real God. Temptation to God, happiness between husband and wife. Where in us in Muslim, Allah, when we see Allah in Arab character, al-insanu shurri wa ana shurruhu, meaning to say in English, you are all my secret and I am your secret. That's why my brother Christian, I don't let them to convert to become a Muslim because we believe in one God. There is no difference between the Christian and Muslim because the founder of Roman Catholic is the Sultan of Sulu. Is the Sultan of Sulu. Because the Sultan of Sulu will always give lease. They did not rule. They will give lease to all countries. First, he gave lease Spain because his best friend is Pope. All the trustee of my ancestor, my descendant, is the father and Pope. What I say is true, Bruce.
this is really complex because the fact that the Philippines has been under the Spanish colonization and it has gone through so much difficulty and everything seems like it has twisted itself that made it very difficult for the people to go through the hundreds of years that they have been under Spain. So it sounds very complex to me what has taken place from that generation to the next generation to the next generation. So
May I come in and this
yes, please.
and this book? Because when God designs, nothing can stop him. Remember from the time of Pharaoh, it was him also that dethroned them. In all this political kingship that they have, the people are already unrest. They want peace. They want prosperity. They want to be alleviated from poverty. And no government has ever done for the sake of the majority of their constituents in all the world. I can name them, but they have really seated into power by enslaving their people. So that's where we come in. This is a complex history, but we become specific, tangible in our mission. Actuality, that's why we went from one place to the other, proclaiming, pronouncing that we want change in this world, especially in our kingdom. Lucky to that, because we hold the treaty, we hold the substance that they cannot just simply refute, dispute this time, because we know that we have, as Raja said, prima facie to prove. even if they will not be able to understand that. But the fact that we are giving them a new life out of the new era of this new generation, that God, Allah, will rule into this world again. So that's the substance. That's where we come in. That we are going to bring back God's rule, divine rule, against Lucifer, the 666, the cabal. And here we go. So we have the power and we have the book to let them say that they cannot anymore fight because this is God's good.
Yeah, do you have anything to say, Rada? Or ask?
Actually,
Rather, please.
I'm just so the sabotage that's been going on has really, it's been going on for such a long time, over and over, and now you're coming in like to weed to weed this beautiful garden, to pull all the weeds and all of the, because it's almost like the weeds have overtaken the beauty of the garden. When, like, what was the precise, you mentioned this before, but this sabotage, why has it been able to perpetuate for so long?
Because, Princess Rada, because of the conspiracy. And you can see even head of states authored, and our former president, Gloria Arroyo, authored even in that letter leaked to us because the trustee that is really beside Miss Wari, the professor that has been tasked to do the sabotage, to do the takeover, to do the annihilation, is our bloodline also, our uncles. All of those in the revolutionary government, they are all bloods. But the thing is, they were already covered for their greed and promises by the head of state. So this is a global conglomerated conspiracy that all the head of states must suffer because the divine rule has to be implemented and divine justice is there, whether they like it or not. The proof is we have to make them realize that no more backups. All your central banks, you owe the Sultan of Sulu. You owe the Lupasugi fire. So we have to get back all their backups. So everything, the prime banks all over the world are all crushing. That is the specific, tangible battle that we have. Whether they like it or not, they have to recognize the king and queen of the royal empire of Lupasugi, of the Maharlika.
So basically, because everybody was in agreement to hide the truth, that's how it perpetuates itself, because everybody who agreed came into a certain safety net of financial security, and so they were able to cloak themselves and work in that network, because that's a club, right? That you get to be in. And in a club, they're not going to let people in who aren't going to be agreeable with the lies. That's what I'm hearing.
That's right. That's why with Raja, who holds really the historical account and the secret of the past, I was able to have this process. I was able to make it into documents and really fight the entire globe. And I know that I will win because I am bounded to be a winner for the sake of the new generation. And I know they cannot stop me. That's why in the Philippines, all prime banks have already suffered the setbacks. They don't want to let withdrawals, only deposit. When they will be asked, it's because they are bankrupt. You see, they are telling the people about that. So what would be next? If they will not recognize the king and queen, if they will not put us into where our throne is, then even the head of the state of this country will suffer suffer the consequence. They know that. The power that put them into power, they cannot sit in Malacanang without the Sultan of Sulu. Now the question is, who is the Sultan of Sulu? Because the Sultan of Sulu is the husband of Queen Helen of Durajak. And they have also Queen Helen because they have stolen the identity of Raja Mamay, even the passport, even the names, all of this. So that's where the conspiracy lies. That's where the sabotage lies. Therefore, lie after lie, it becomes a pseudo-truth to them, and that's where I am breaking. I am really destroying that facades of lie after lie in inculcating the people's mind that they are the true ones and they are the ones that could release the money. Money is the source of all evil, but could be the source of goodness. That's why we have this equation. So this is what we are going to go through. With you around putting this into live telecast all over the globe, you were able to capture the majority. And my people asking that it should be translated into Tagalog because they knew that it has gained international standing already because of you, Princess Maya and Princess Rada. And here in the Philippines, I have nothing to fear because our mission is exposed to the majority. Even if they will cover, they will pay millions or even billions of dollars to all major TV providers. No problem for me because once all their money is gone, they will cry. That's all I could say now.
So you mentioned before, Queen Helen, about the quantum and Quintin. So is that correct, Quintin? And Quintal, I'm sorry. So let's go back to that one because, you know, the central banks in different parts of the world may be coming down as well. From what I'm hearing, you say this over and over again. And so how can we shift the dynamics? How can we help solve problems for the future for the people? Because when they cannot do any banking or cannot use their rights to get their money from the bank, then there's going to be severe struggle and poverty, all of that. How do you see solving this issue that is about to come into our world, which is starting to take place right now?
We are prepared. We are prepared because before we embark with the collapse, we have already established, created the quantum system. The quantum financial system has been really with our elders. Our elders are behind in all the systems. The SWIFT in the past, as we say, is also from us, from our elders, and that is from our kingdom. So by that, it was adulterated, as we say, and was just controlled by the cabals for their own benefit. And what makes me really so saddened about that is that they used it even to become gods, you know, like creating DNA, like creating humanoid, like doing things beyond the human mind, which they are already acting like gods. That's the reason why they are to be out and the quantum must have to go up. So I have still to inform the entire world. 209 countries has already signed for quantum. So therefore, we have protected all the governments, all the central bank prior to the collapse. But those that are hard-headed, if they will not follow the rule, then they have to come back. But however, because we were the one who gives them the backups for them to stand as a nation, because the nation, the backup of the economy that really making the power is the central bank. So without the backup, there is no central bank. And there is no central bank to maneuver or to control or to give the prime agency, prime banks to have all this operational money. So therefore, the source of origin is in control. That's how powerful, as I keep on telling you. The world may not know, but this time, sorry to these people that did not listen to me. You have to insure your money in the bank because it will be eaten by the system alone. That's what I am telling everybody. Have your money safe right now because the collapse is not going to stop. It has to change. That's why it is also bounded to be for the system to rise. Although it has been already doing and the world is already accepting it. Now, without the backup, so the quintal is there because the golds, all this, the trading program of our beloved FEM is still there, and that's the one that we have to use, that even China is bounded to pay for the loans that they have in using our gold backups. All countries in the world. That's why Raja would always say, we are the global king and queen because of this. It is projected, it is prophesied that the Mapilindo queen and king will rise, and even the message of Black Fatima, of Our Lady of Fatima. That's why we are called the Black Fatima, because this is the Kayumanging Ina in the Philippines that is going to be here to have this control, to have this administration of the economic standing, or the economic processor of our global entire humanity. So that's how I am now being really guided, being trained, as we say, that we need a shipper, a transitory procedure towards this. So I am asking the world to come down. All I just want is the governors of all the central banks and the head of state to come to Philippines as soon as they can. Because I have projected this since 2009, that I want all the private jets of the different countries to bow down and return the backup, and we will consider to have you another treaty to sign, which I have already asked my elders and the Mapilindo key leaders to have another treaty to be signed sooner, and that will be in September 16, 2023. This is a mind blowing. This is a nuclear bomb for all those that cannot understand. But this is the wisdom that God has given me, that I have to inform the whole world. Enough is enough. They have already saturated all the black dark forces that they have really made the poor becomes poorer. So this is the time that we have to live, coexist with equal rights, to live harmoniously with each other. Head of states have to sign, and that is primarily why our grandfather established the United Nations. For us, we have a policy for the good and the benefit of the people, not to be controlled by the elite, by the top wealthy people. No, this is now that I will not allow, we will not allow that anymore. So that's why it is our time, our rule. Maharlika Kingdom of God. God is already with us. And this is the primary reason, this is the reason of all the reasons that we are going to rise as Mapilindo, King and Queen, and us, the power that we have to redeem, recover, and to put it on the right path. The money, the asset, the property of the Lupusug Empire.
Oh, that's beautiful. You're so eloquent and exquisite when you're sharing such profound information. Wow, I think that's a lot to take in for everybody. But this is good news because the quantum system will take over the old. But what would happen to people? What's in the bank right now to their money? Does that mean it just gets wiped out? Do they have to pull it out, or what is the protocol? I guess.
Each bank is advised and they have their protocols. And the insurance company, they have the role to play. It is with the insurance now to help the bank to sustain while we are fixing the new system. That's all I wanted to tell them. But however, they are bounded to give me my dowry. My dowry is the most important one as the queen because that is the administration now of the Black Fatima. Whether they like it or not, they have to because they have to sign a new agreement. They have to be honest enough to say to their people that, hey, we have borrowed this from the Philippine Islands. We have borrowed this from the Sultan of Sulu. That, hey, the Sultan of Sulu that had been used by the governments are the fakers. That's why the collapse happened. Oh, so this is my time to say happy. Now, with the Madame Gloria and the Bongbong going around, they will just be going around. But they didn't know that the king and queen are here to help them. If they will be doing so, they will just be walking in the light. Not at all. They are walking in the dark side because they cannot find the light.
Well, this is a time, from what I heard, that great masters or enlightened beings have talked about that we are entering the golden age. And from what I am seeing, because the gold came originally from the king and queen of Maharlika, so you're pulling all this gold back to the source where it came from. And then, from what I'm understanding, is that you will find a way to redistribute the wealth in the world according to how they plan to listen to you, to assist in the ways that is governed by the divine rule. This is what I'm hearing from even
Yes,
the other.
loud and clear, Princess Maya, because the seven Makdum, all the kings and queens all over the globe, the seen and the unseen, are reunited. That's why the physical king and queens of all the continents must come because this is their destiny, and that is my destiny, and the king's destiny, and my children to rule. It's not ours, but that is his will. This has been projected, this has been prepared 1,000 years ago, wherein the 666 has to go down and the 999 has to rule. It has been planned by the divinity, and I will always fight for the light. And the light must shine again into this global earth and into the galaxy, wherein I am so happy that the comet comes again to remind us that there is really the light that will empower the entire human race.
This is very interesting because I just wanted to add something. My grandmother always talk about when there is a comet with a very long tail, keep an eye on that one because that is the time of cleansing. That is the time when things would be cleansed in the world. And this is the time. This is it. And this is the time for divine rulers to come forward. Because if you don't come forward, we're going downhill. This is the sad story of our world. We're being ruled by beings that are not entitled to be ruling the global earth as a divine source of the cosmic realm. And so your presence is incredibly important in this time of age. We are crossing a threshold right now from darkness to light. And this is a transitional period. The fact that you are here right now, you are the conduit of the divine to really give people or the leaders of the world a chance and an opportunity. So this is actually a call out to the leaders of the world. Hey, we're here, we exist, and that's what you are. You're doing that. So that's why this is very important for them to see you and recognize who has been behind throughout many ages and many beyond decades. It's historical in a way that presents itself for them to recognize, because a lot of people, are lost in the history of our world, and this is re-education for them to truly understand what's taking place. And we are all connected, interconnected, so it's important for everyone, from the east to the west, from the north to the south. I mean, we are human family, right? We are cosmic beings. And so here we are. We are calling out. It's almost like a clarion call of the gods, that this is the time to change and make shifts in the dynamics of how the world is being run. Because the way it's being run in the past is not equating to a divine ruling. And so your presence, I'm so happy to know that you have surfaced, and that we have found you here alive, strong, and taking this opportunity to be with us, and talk about the history of how this all landed in our planet Earth. So this is important. So King, what do you have to say, King Mamay?
Thank you, Princess Maya. Actually, the reality, I always to repeat you that there is a book of world record. From the book of world record, that is volume 1, that's a Pentagon file. And volume 1, that's B, that is Buckingham. So the one who support the terrorists, the one who support all the conspiracy, is the Turkey. You know Turkey. He did not return the kingship, the Hashemites kingship, the Sultan of Asum. They used the power of the Sultan of Sulu. What will happen? How God is powerful to destroy them. And then the one Syria also. They are the organizer of the ISIS, the founder of the ISIS, the terrorists, because the revolutionary minded is the wife of Chairman Mishwari. We don't want to have a communist law. The founder of the communist law is Taiwan. All comes from the Taiwan, that communist law. We need the rule of law and law in order. That is our struggle with the Queen, to put back the law and order. And there is rule of law, that political leader, they must have to serve the people. They must have to serve the people, because without the people, there is no government. That's why we are the government of the people, by the people, for the people, and to the people. So now, there is no more anymore right of the people, because we are adapting the political dynasty. The political dynasty, imagine, ruled by the family, the father, the mother, the son, the grandson. What will happen here in the Philippines? No change. Before the election is mandated by the people, now no more, because all party list, all paid, because Philippines, as what former President of the United States, George W. Bush, when he was interviewed by international journalists, which country are the richest in the world? This is the Philippines. You see, it is from the George W. Bush's mouth that the Philippines is the richest country. Why we are rich? Because we are the promised land. That's why, as what Dr. Jose Rizal keep on prediction, World War I is predicted by Jose Rizal. World War II is predicted by Jose Rizal. Because Philippines is the promised land. All gold and diamond, everything, source of origin is here. So when we are going, given mandate by God that King and Queen shall rule as divine government, we have to open the oil, because we have 3 oil. 1 oil in Liguasan Mars is gas. 1 oil in Sululu Pasog is pure gasoline. 1 oil in Tawi-Tawi, that is pure diesel crude. So we have to open that one. 300 years we are going to consume. So there will be no poorest anymore. All are rich. Because our part, let it be. Rich become rich, but we just want the poorer become happy. Only that.
We become rich.
Yeah, happy. Once we become happy, there is no problem anymore. We pattern China livelihood. What happened to pattern of China? Beijing. During the regime of Mao Zedong, 45 years Mao Zedong ruled as communist leaders. So he was the one America helped that Beijing to reform and to put back to democracy because of the help of Philippines leased them 35,000 metric ton of gold in diamond for them to recover. So how look like China now? Because all the backup is from Sulu. That's why they cannot remove Mao Zedong because of the paper currency. Remember Princess Maya. We follow what God says. He is the most powerful. And He is the creator. So we just want to have the leader to respect, to put the law in order, not to abuse the law. Because we don't have any authority to go above the law. Only in command is God. That's why God gave us three major in our body. One is our eyes, ears, and this. This is very sensitive. He is responsible everything to make sin is the mouth. What you can see dito, what you can hear dito. That's why we end up with, we are aware of
No talk, no
we are
mistake.
giving abuse of power.
Yes, that's true. Sarada?
Yeah, yeah. For me, we will win because as what ABBA give a song, a title of the song, the winner take it all. Everybody to enjoy. For everybody. But in God, we are balancing. Because there is night, there is day. Because the spirit are two. Black spirit and white spirit. But we have to going to balance. If we were not going to balance, we cannot get the solution. Because Princess Maya and Princess Radha, you are our formula of the king and queen. Because we could not solve any problem without formula. That's why you are the formula. Princess Maya and Princess Radha, you are our formula
To
to,
spread the good
yeah,
news.
to spread the good news that the law put back in order. Because the Commonwealth country is the government of the Philippines through 1935 Constitution, which is set up in Palawan. Because the proof is England is only Commonwealth country. They were not considered as government, Commonwealth government, but we are Philippines is the Commonwealth government in 1935. Only leased to England through G5. That's why the setup of the king and queen must return back to the source of origin, which is the Royal Imperial Lucpasul Islamic United Kingdom of Chile in North Borneo, in Southeast Asia. We share everything. All the asset from God, all the asset from the trading expanded by President Ferdinand Marcos, all the people. That is our fight, our struggle, our way to sacrifice, and the struggle for no ending.
Wow.
Oh.
No, I was just gonna say that history is truly being rewritten because we know history was so much a lie, but it was always prophesied that history would be rewritten, that the true history would emerge because it's been a secret for so long. And many saints and gurus have said this, that history will be rewritten because the truth will come forward, and you too are making history now. It is really an honor to be a divine witness to this, and can't thank you enough for coming on today and sharing. And until next time, so much love and blessings to all. If you have any more questions, please leave them below. We would love to ask the King and Queen next time. So thank you so much. You know, in the divine order we follow, and we are so grateful that the divine order is coming back online. Oh, amen.
Yes.
Amen.
We're so happy. So thank you so much, dear Queen Helen and King Mamai. And we hope that we'll continue this because people are tracking us down and they're starting to find you through this channel. And we'd like to continue some more talk about what's taking place in the world. So,
Yes, we will. We will enlighten them through you, Princess Radha and Princess Maya. This is the blessing that we are so happy about because we know God chooses the right people with a pure heart and a pure mind. Thank you very much.
Unseen people to protect you. Long live to my beloved Princess Maya and Princess Radha. Long live for us. God bless.
thank you.
God bless. Long live the King.
Accepted.